Hey, it's the right time to go through Pythagoras revision, okay? For those who actually cope with different problems and she or he doesn't understand how to work with like real GCSE problems, it's the right time to get into, okay? So the first task here, the longest side of rectangle is 3 times the length of the shortest side. If the length of diagonal is 10 centimeters, find dimensions of the rectangles. Okay, so right now we have a rectangle and we have sides, the longer side 3 times the length of the shorter. So let's say the shortest side is x, it's here. So what about the longest side? 3 times means 3x. Okay, the length diagonal is 10. We put diagonal here, and you know that for rectangle, diagonals intersect in one single point, and this point is split up those two diagonals in 2 equal parts. And basically all diagonals for a rectangle the same. So for this reason, we simply need just only one diagonal, and if it's 10, we arrange a right angle triangle. Okay, sizes 10, 3x, and x, so we can complete Pythagoras theorem. Alright, so hypotenuse is 10 squared, which is 100, equals to 3x squared plus x squared. So in total we'll have 100 equals, so 2 goes everywhere, to 3 and 2x. It means we'll raise 3 to the power of 2, 9x squared, and one more x squared will get 10x squared. So x squared is actually 10 and x is square root of 10. So find dimensions. We found the first one, and here we'll get 3 square root of 10. Okay, so the first problem is done. Rectangle with diagonals of length 20 has sides in the ratio 2 to 1. Find the perimeter and the area. Okay, let's get to it. So I erased the previous one. And basically what we need almost the same rectangle, except for we have the following. So sides in ratio 2 to 1. Actually, if you mark this side is x, this side is y, we'll get the following: y to x equals to 2 to 1. So that's basically proportion. And what you can say from here, that simply y is 2x, because we resolve it crisscross multiplying, right? So we'll get y equals 2x, and that's why instead of y we'll use 2x instead. Okay, that comes from proportion, or from the ratio. Okay, what we have also, we have the following, that the diagonal length of 20, so we have 20, and this is almost the previous task, but however you need to find perimeter, so that's why we start looking at the perimeter. So perimeter is the sum of all sides, so we have 2 sides with the length of x, so it means 2x, and 2 sides with the length of 2x means 4x. So in total we have basically 2x plus 4x, which is 6x. Alright, so area, let's figure out area. Area of the rectangle is multiplication one side, 2 dimensions basically, one side by another side. So we'll get 2x squared. Okay, so now we have everything, perimeter and the area, and what's left is just to find x. As in the previous task, we complete Pythagoras theorem, which is 20 squared equals x squared plus 2x squared. So in this case we'll get 400 equals to, so 5x squared, that means x squared equals 80. So for the area, we just need x squared. So that's why I just plug 80 instead of x squared. So we'll get 2 times 80, which is 160. So what about units? Centimeters, all right? So that's why centimeters squared, okay? So next one, perimeter. In order to find perimeter, we need to take square root of 80. All right, so which is, let's say it's, okay, I can write like 8 times 10, right? Or square root of, let's say 2 times 4 times 2 times 5. And actually we have 2 and 2 is 4. So we'll get 4 times 4 times 5. And actually what we'll have is just 4 square root of 5 if we simplify the third. Okay, so that's why instead of x, we'll have 4 square root of 5. That's our x. And just plug back into perimeter, we'll get 24 square root of 5. Okay, that's the final result for the problem 2. Okay, so or you simply can figure out square root and give the answer in decimals if you like. Okay, so next, rhombus. Let's erase all the previous one. So we have the word problem about rhombus. So by the way, rhombus is quadrilateral, but the key feature of the rhombus is that all sides the same, right? So all sides the same. And the main feature of the rhombus is that diagonals intersect at the right angle. So here is the right angle. Okay, so the rhombus has sides of length 6 centimeters. So each side is 6 centimeters. One is diagonal is 10 centimeters long. Find the length of the other diagonal. Okay, so this is about how to figure out length of other diagonal. Let's say it's x. So what if this is 10? What if we mark as this horizontal diagonal to be 10? Right, we can do that. So the half of it, right, because they intersect and split with this point of intersection by 2 equal halves. So that's why this part is 5. If the whole is 10, so this half is 5, so we can write 5 and 5. And we arrange the right angle triangle again with sizes 6, 5, and let's say unknown half of the other diagonal, let it be x. So in this case, we can arrange Pythagoras again. This is hype. So 36 equals 25 plus x squared. So in this case, we will have the following. So x is 36 minus 25. We'll have 9, right? Oh, sorry, 9, 11. And square root of 11, that's what we have instead of x. But because we need to find other diagonal, so it's actually 2x, right? So that's why 2 square root of 11, if we wish to give the answer as the third. Okay, next one, square has a diagonal length of 10. Find length of its sides. Okay, for the square is pretty easy. All sides the same, and it's already, if you split with diagonal, it's already right angle triangle. So you know that all sides the same, so we can say that it's x and x, and we have hypotenuse, which is 10 in this case. So we arrange again Pythagoras theorem. 10 squared equals to x squared plus x squared, which is 2x squared. So we'll get 100 equals 2x squared. From here, we can figure out that x is square root of 50, right, by half. Or if you like, you can simplify as 2 times 25 and we'll get 5 square root of 2. Alright? That's an idea. So we completed the first block. So the next block I think will be in the next video. Alright? So keep track.